Cool. Sure, right? I got both. Oh, it's recording. Well, that's funny. Just been a minute doing that. Fuck it, you don't want to keep it. Alright, hello. Don't know why I'm posting this. Was watching Tame Impala released an album today, for reference. I was watching like YouTube videos and stuff about how he, recorded things back when he was first started making music and everything. And I was like, hey, those are always really cool, seeing where people came from and their crappy setups and where everything started. But whatever is there in those videos is anybody asking them, because they're not big yet, is like, what's your opinion on like music? What do you want to do with it? How do you want to do it? You know what I mean? So I thought, instead of waiting for somebody to interview me, I was like, fuck it, let's post it. I want to do me talking to me, because one, this would be really cool to look back on. Two, it'd be really funny and hilarious to show my kids how a failed musician does his thing and how stupid I was when I was 18. So this is my setup. This isn't my laptop. And I don't know, we're just going to kind of go for this. We're at 2 minutes right now and see what happens. And we'll post it on Instagram. Woohoo. So welcome, internet, and welcome anybody, whoever wants to mess with me, like musically and stuff. My name's Jackson. Last name's Qualls. I like that name, so that's what kind of what my artist name to be. We're still at the stage where I don't even know what my artist name should be. So, but I'm thinking Qualls. I think it just sounds cool. Hey, what music you want us to do? It's Qualls. Like, hey, it's just new stuff, so that's cool. But my opinion on music, why I want to do it, why I've always wanted to do it. My story, I guess, as of right now. I've been going for like 2-3 years now making music. What got me into it, I was a big hip hop head as a kid, from the ages like 4th grade. I remember stealing my brother's iPod to listen to music. He had Kendrick Lamar's album, A$AP Rocky, J. Cole, and a couple others. I would listen to those on repeat, Jay-Z. That's what got me into it, I think, at a young age. And then in middle school, it really took off when like Spotify became normal. Back before like premium was like a big thing, you could still play the songs you wanted on your iPad. So middle school is huge for me. Got me into big inspirations like Logic, which is funny, J. Cole again, Rocky, all those people still very big inspirations for music and stuff. And then around 8th grade freshman year, I moved into my mom's house and I had a speaker system. I had these two like surround sound stands that I put up on my wall, and then I had a 15-inch surround sound sub from my old house back when my parents were together, and I put this up in my room at a split condo, which is hilarious because me being stupid, I didn't think, the neighbor would be able to hear it even though I'm the room on the connecting wall. So that was stupid. But once I set that up, I realized that, yeah, hip hop, there's a lot to it. It's great, but it's not the most complicated thing, and it's a different route of music, and it's not as tender love and care as like EDM or some other artist, right? So as that setup happened, it made me gravitate to more, quality, I guess I could say. Not that rap is a quality. It's like I said, it's its own thing. But EDM is just superior with like how clean a mix is and how loud it is and how clean the sub is and everything. And I was drawn to that and didn't know why, but I was so curious on how crisp they could get a sub and how good and loud everything was compared to rap. So that got me into people like Skrillex and Liquid Stranger back freshman year when I first started, because Liquid Stranger, I used to study I used to, do homework. I don't do that much anymore. But when I used to, I liked music to listen to, but the stuff I liked was too complicated. So I found Liquid Stranger, who knows how, like his 2012 albums, how like that really down-tempo stuff, and I loved it. And I still do to this day. One of like my favorite It's like Cryptic Encounters or Cairo Encounters or something like that. One of the best albums in my opinion ever. It's so crazy. But yeah, so I don't know. That's what kind of got me started. There's just so many questions, and I've always been a curious kid. I've always been the one that turns over the rock, wants to see what's behind it, always looking behind the curtain, whatever, you know. That was just me since I was a kid, and I don't know. That's kind of what got me started. So originally, when I got into it though, I didn't want to make EDM. It looked way too complicated. I just started liking EDM, but I had some big inspiration from A$AP Rocky and I'd say The Weeknd. Around my freshman year is when I first started getting my laptop. I had an MSI laptop I got back in like 7th grade when my brother moved to college. He took my PS4 and I was like a kind of a gamer, whatever. So I was like, oh, I want a laptop because everyone talks about how good they are. And I got a shitty i5 MSI laptop on sale for like $400. But I cracked FL Studio on there as a freshman and started trying to make beats, but let's just say those were awful. The whole first year wasn't even making music. It was just trying to learn anything. I couldn't even like lay drums down for the longest time. I had no advice, and like the YouTube videos were even so hard because my cracked version of FL Studio was just stupid. It just wouldn't work. So that was discouraging. But I did a couple lessons with like a cousin of mine who kind of works at FL Studio. He kind of helped, but at the same time, I kind of put it away. And then sophomore year, I threw a party at my grandparents' pole barn. I threw an EDM party for my innovations class. I have videos and stuff of that, so maybe that'll be funny to go looking for now. But yeah, so I threw a party, charged people $2 for a ticket, and we had like 60 people show up. And I didn't DJ. No, we didn't know what that was yet. Well, I didn't. So me and my friend Alejandro, who was a couple years older than me at the time, he still is, we didn't record it, but we made a mix in FL Studio, like taking the songs off of YouTube, which is utterly stupid. The quality was awful. And then I makeshift put a ping pong table up on cinder blocks and then laid the back wall with speakers just because that's gonna make it loud, right? So we just had any speaker I could find. Now, I didn't have these things yet, but we had a home speakers like the ones on my wall. We used that sub, the surround sound sub. Then we got like a PA speaker, and I used aux cord splitters connected to a surround sound receiver to connect them all together because not all of them use the copper wires in the back. So the ones that did, I connected to there, and then the ones that didn't, I had this one aux cord that I kept daisy chaining out into all these other things. But the point of this, after that, a kid in my school hit me up. His name is Thomas. We're still friends to this day. But he's been making music forever, and I never knew of him. And he's like, yo, that's so cool that you threw an EDM party for people, you know, in my high school, because, like, that's not a big thing where I'm from. Not, like, a lot of people like that. They're more hip-hop people. So, yeah, he hit me up, and I was like, oh, I didn't know you made music. Like, how do you do that? Let me know. Like, let's hang out. Let's do that. So then we hung out, and then, I don't know, he gave me a cracked version of Ableton. Like, he told me how to do it. And I started liking Ableton way more. And then that's the same year as in that innovations class. So then my everyday sophomore year, every other day, because we have block scheduling, whatever. But every other day in school, I would sit there on my laptop with a friend named Cameron Allen. I don't know, that's funny if he sees this, but we used to sit there every day and try to make really crap. Like, we didn't make good anything. It was just all crap. We're just learning how to do stuff. He didn't really help. He was just kind of like sitting there, like giving me ideas and keeping me excited about it, because like we just couldn't make anything. It's so difficult to learn stuff just by turning knobs. So that's the way you have to do it. Yeah, so we sit there in school every day, and then sometimes in AL, which is like end of the day study time at school, I would also have my computer. So that's kind of where it started. And then it wasn't till, so that sophomore year, I actually did put in some effort to it, but not enough to make me better, right? So then got to like junior year, I started putting more time into it. And then right at the start, that's crazy to think, but right at the start of senior year, I think late junior year and then junior summer is when I started making actual songs. and then like full on, they weren't good, but like, yeah. So was it 2019, 2019, like early January, February, like a year ago. Um, they weren't good. They're just basic songs, but at least I got something front to back. Wasn't loud, wasn't clean, but I did it. You know what I mean? And then my birthday, August 18th of 2019, um, I released my first song. It was crap. It was really quiet, and it had phasing issues. It was really, really quiet. When I mean really, really quiet, it was bad. Like I could have literally went in with the utility and turned it up. But it was a trampoline remix. Shade. I don't even know how to say their name to this day. Um, I liked it. It was cool, but that just gave me a big like, oh, I can make a song now. I released a song. You know, your first song's gonna be crap. It was crap, and that's okay. That's the way music is. Um, so yeah, I did that, and then ever since then, I've been making like actual songs and really putting in a lot of hours into it, like almost every day on this computer. For Christmas this year, my brother gave me these speakers. Finally, thank God, headphones suck. I hate headphones. Maybe that will change. I can do some things on them, but for the love of God, speakers are so much better. It's insane. But besides that, yeah, so this is my setup, my grandparents' house. I'm 18 years old. I turned 19 in August of 2020. As of right now, I've just gotten to the point where my mixes are hitting -3 LUFS. I still don't know if that's how you spell LUFS or whatever, but that's really cool because before my songs were hitting like -8. So I've been learning a lot recently. Shout out to Upsound Podcast, Wooly Company, Peekaboo, G-Rex, Tyan, so many people. Those Upsound podcasts have been extremely helpful. And then Thomas, of course, Thomas Woolham's name's Spanish. SoundCloud, check him out. But and then Christian Lagoma, he's also a friend of mine. He's a rapper, huge help in making music and stuff, sharing the struggle. Um, but yeah, that's the story. That's where we are now. And I thought I'd post this, because I don't know where I'm gonna post it because we've been talking for 12 minutes. But yeah, that's the story. That's the story from me as an 18-year-old. That's my perspective. That's what we have done. And who knows what is gonna happen after this. I'm probably gonna record a second video talking about inspiration and just life as an 18-year-old and how I perceive music and stuff and what I want to do with it. Like people like your dream collaboration, like the rest of those interviews, things that people always say because they're interesting and cool. And I like to question things. So let's hope my iPhone recorded this correctly because that's what it's sitting on a blanket right now. And yeah, let's hope it all recorded right. 13 minutes and 30 seconds. See you later. Hopefully this is something cool someday. And hi kids or people I know if yeah, that happens.